Happy New Year, Vanguard.
Welcome back at the crazy, wonderful break. I'm your host, Jeremiah Curley.
And I'm your co-host, Nathan Smith. Hey, Jeremiah, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Maybe. I'm thinking about hitting the gym.
My New Year's resolution is to keep up my good grades.
That's good to hear. Now let's get into our weather report with Don.
It's time to get weather the one and only way with Don the Weatherman.
Hey Vanguard, it's Donald Orr reporting for Nightlife, back for the new year, and I'm so excited to tell you how today's weather's looking. Today is going to be a 65% chance of rain, a high of 75 and a low of 56, warming up compared to the last few days. And going to this weekend, there's going to be highs around 70, lows around 41. It's going to cool down a bit as we move into next week and a cold front moves in with some rains possible on Monday and Tuesday, and an all-time low for this year so far on Thursday with a low of 27 predicted. Well, that's been it, Vanguard, and see you next week.
I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Jalen Bowen here with y'all, and today we're going to talk about 4 facts that you didn't know about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His college teacher showed him that he could be a change in people's lives by becoming a preacher. Therefore, that's what he went to college for. King wrote 5 books over the course of his lifetime, published numerous collections of his letters and sermons, all in the world to be seen. Both Luther and King Jr. publicly protested the exploitation of the poor among many people. He was the first Black person to be named Time Person of the Year. And with that, I'll let the rest be history. We'll see y'all next week.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Now let's move on to our national, international, and local news with Carter.
Hey there, Knights. This is Carter Moore to check you up on some recent news. Internationally, Vanguard, Monday, January 8th was North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's 40th birthday. So we think. Unlike the past 2 North Korean leaders whose birthdays were national holidays in North Korea, Kim Jong-un has kind of passed on silently, so we're not really sure when he was born. We think it was in 1984, making him 40 this year, but we're not really quite sure. Also, a Chinese company, Suzhou Yidabo Intelligent Technology Company, saw how many injuries came from elderly people taking a little slip and fall. And so in response, they created wearable airbags for them. As you see, they come in this stylish vest for them to wear. And it senses when a sudden movement will lead to a fall, so it can quickly release and cushion the fall. In America this week, Michael Burham, a man from Pennsylvania, was found guilty of allegations of kidnapping and was sentenced to 21 to 40 years earlier this year. But on July 6th, after devising his mischievous and completely original plan, he decides to climb to the roof off of gym equipment and shimmies down the roof using tied rope of bed sheets. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen that other than cartoons. But after this, he evaded the police for over a month until they had a manhunt with over 200 law enforcement, and they finally captured him. This week, they added 3 to 7 years to his sentence, making in total a 25 to 50-year sentence. Locally, Vanguard, just last month in downtown Ocala, Mellow Mushroom opened up. This is a restaurant with many foods like pizza and wings that you can enjoy. I highly suggest you try it out. Back to the anchors.
Yo, dude, you know what the national day is today?
I actually do. Today's national day is actually marzipan, a very, very important national holiday we have here. Marzipan was actually used as medicine back in the Middle Ages. Pharmacists sold it for bodily and mental disorders. But now it's used for just dessert items, like for instance, a cake. In another instance, baby piggies. Now, of course, these aren't actually real pigs. These are cakes, probably like used as like a birthday or something. You get what I mean? But if we're not talking about Marzipan Day, there are some other national holidays we have here are National Kiss a Ginger Day and National Pharmacist Day.
Thank you, Jalen. Now, what you all been waiting for?
This or that.
Hey Vanguard, it's Donald Loader reporting for Nightlife, and on this week's This or That, it's going to be Netflix versus Disney Plus. Let's see what Vanguard has to say.
Netflix or Disney Plus?
Netflix.
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 Disney Plus.
Netflix.
Zeus.
What is Zeus?
Netflix.
Disney Plus.
Netflix.
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 I like Netflix.
I gotta say Netflix.
Netflix. Netflix.
Netflix.
Between Netflix and Disney Plus, all the way.
I pick Disney Plus.
Netflix.
Disney Plus, because I like princesses.
Netflix because it has more options of my liking.
Netflix.
Netflix.
Netflix. Disney Plus.
Well, it's been Donald Lloyd reporting for Nightlife. Those interviews were so fun, and I love doing This or That. It's great to be back for the new year. And I'll see you guys next week on This or That.
Thank you, Donald. Well, Jeremiah, Netflix or Disney Plus?
Well, I personally prefer Netflix. What about you, Noob?
I'm gonna have to go with both.
Well, Knights, that's all we have for you today.
Have a great day, Vanguard, and go Knights.